Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is on request of one of my subscriber, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to cut a pattern for a front pleated dress, and I will cut it on the fabric as well, and I will show you how you can make a lovely dress using this pattern. I'm using cross and dot paper for making the pattern. You can use any paper for making pattern. And I'm going to cut one pattern from my old dress pattern. And how to cut a pattern for your dress, I have done few videos previously. I will add the link below. And I'm just cutting the spare pattern so we can play around with this pattern, and I can show you how to make front pleated dress. So this one pattern I will use to make a back part of the dress, and this is now I'm going to divide this pattern into two parts. Upper part 15 inches from the shoulder, and this is a waist measurement, and measurement you have to take your own. So from neckline, the shape you want, you can design, you can make v-neck or round shape. I'm just making little oval shape neckline. And after doing that, make sure your waist is right, waist measurement. And we have divided this dress basically into upper part and skirt part, and I mark the center, and from on both sides of the center line I take a distance of 2 inches, and then draw two diagonal lines. It could be any distance, it's totally up to you, because we're cutting this pattern, and just to give an extra space for the pleats in our dress. So make sure you do not cut through all the way, so leave little part of the paper connected, and same on both sides. Now we can see we have divided into 5 pieces. I'm going to take extra paper to separate them, and so you can see, and our pattern will be ready. I'm using my sellotape, and you can separate them apart. I just separate them apart 2 inches on all sides, so we have enough fabric to make a little pleats. If you want one smaller pleats, you can just move this paper apart 1 inches away as well, but I want little deeper pleats, so that's why I keep a distance 2 inches apart in each slit. Now I move this white pattern paper 2 inches away. I'm now using my sellotape to fix it up, so when we move around this paper it will totally fixed. And then I will cut the extra paper, and make sure you give half about 0.5 centimeter extra paper around for the seam allowance. I'm just leaving little extra paper around, so when you cut the fabric it should not be smaller than the original size. Arms we don't need to give extra because they are fine, but only for the bottom side you need to give extra fabric, because we have to stitch upper part and skirt part. Now the top is ready, and now the skirt part, and the same we will mark a center, and one line I will draw in the center, and make sure so in the same way. But on the skirt I'm giving the center gap of 2 inches, and then from the 2 inches I'm taking diagonally, and you can draw diagonally line at any distance you want, but make sure the you give enough gap in each space. So now I'm cutting this marking, so we can create space for making pleats. And the skirt pleats, we will be giving more space, because the central pleat will be overlapping, so the center will be more distance. I'm keeping them 3 inches apart from the center, and the rest of them will be 2 inches. So when we give more space, then we have make a space for overlapping. Now I'm just extending them 2 inches apart, and the center is 3 inches apart. So you can use any paper, any different color paper to make a pattern. So two different color paper, you have advantage. You can see how much gap you have to give and how much distance you want in each side. So I'm fixing them with the sellotape just like I did on the top part. Now I'm cutting the extra paper and from the side, so we can give a good shape of the skirt. If it's a little bit extra, it's still fine. We will give a shape at the end of the dress. Now we have make enough space for giving a good size of pleats. Center 3 inches and side 2 inches. Now I'm using this pattern. I'm placing this pattern on my fabric and simply cut 2 pieces of fabric just like we make a pattern. And fabric, this is totally up to you. I'm using this stretchy fabric. It's called scuba crepe fabric. I have a leftover piece. It's just for making this video. I'm not going to make a dress out of it because I have already this color dress. So I'm not I'm making this video only to show you how to make this front pleated dress. So now I'm using my pen to, or you can use a chalk to mark it and then cut around the pattern, same as you cut a pattern. So just cut the pieces of fabric as well. So this is how our fabric for skirt looks like, and mark the center. And then we will add pleats, and now I'm going to cut the front part of the dress. I'm using the pattern the same way, just we cut a skirt. I'm going to cut the top as well, place a pattern on the piece of fabric and cut it across. My fabric is stretchy fabric, so if you are using non-stretch fabric, so make sure keep the seam allowance about, and if you want to add the zipper, I have done video for adding the zip in a dress as well. You can I will add the link below, you can see, and please keep a seam allowance if you are using non-stretch fabric. And now same, mark the center, and now we are going to make pleats. Now make sure you give a pleats, equal amount of pleats. I'm marking 2 inches away, 2 inches distance, and then I'm going to make a plait, 4 pleats on the top and 4 on the side. First at the on the skirt, I'm going to make 2 from the 2 inches on the left. This is totally up to you which part you want to overlap, and the one side will be smaller and one side will be larger, so it could overlap. And then another plait. It's totally up to you what distance you want and how big pleats you want. And make sure you have enough and you have a correct size of your waist on the top. Now we can make the pleats on the top as well, and keep fixing them with the pins, and after that I will use my sewing machine to fix them. And make sure the pleats, they're going totally in little in the opposite direction, but they are in the same pattern but in opposite direction, so make a good pattern. So this is how they look like, these pleats. And now I'm going to fix them together like both sides facing each other, and I am going to stitch them. I just give a 1 stitch of the sewing machine, so these pleats are fixed. And now both sides facing each other, and make sure the pleats ending, they are in the correct direction. So if the pleats direction will not be right, then design doesn't look nice. So make sure the pleats, they are corresponding to each other. Now make a straight line. Extra fabric we can cut through, and now I'm going to use my sewing machine and stitch it. I stitch it all across, and now this is how our dress look like. These pleats, you can see they're really nice, lovely pleats, front and on the skirt in opposite directions, but at the same distance and length. but the skirt one they are overlapping, but the top one they are not overlapping. That's what is requested by my subscriber. So extra fabric we will cut, and then we can use an overlocker, or if you're using sewing machine, then use a zigzag stitch. And this is a front part, and you can use the same way you can cut the back side of the dress using the pattern, your pattern paper. And how to cut the back I have done in my previous video. Almost all videos I show you how to cut the back and how to attach neck lining. I will attach one video, you can see how to cut the back of your dress and how to attach neck lining. So I'm not going to complete this dress, but this is what I wanted to show you, and this pattern is ready. And now I would love you to complete this dress and share with me how it go and how it looks like. And did you try it at home? Please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.